This episode of TechNewsDay is sponsored by Capterra and by Calm.
And it's a good thing this one's sponsored because this first topic is probably going to get us demonetized.
Okay.
But regardless, it's an interesting topic worth covering. Now, we've known for a long time that automation is chipping away at the job market, and robots and AI present a huge threat to the livelihoods of people working in manufacturing and driving jobs. And it's all pretty inevitable. Improvements in technology have always meant jobs done by humans eventually get done by machines. But one job sector that we hadn't considered the implications for is camming. In other words, sex work via webcam. Cam girls and boys.
At a time when people are increasingly aware of the exploitative nature of porn, camming has allowed people who want to make money off their bodies to do so in a refreshingly independent way, on their own terms. Unfortunately, though, emerging digital technology, along with the depraved sexual desires of weeaboos, they pose a huge threat to the camming business. And the recent success of Projekt Melody, the world's first hentai cam girl, is proof of this.
God damn it. So Projekt Melody has had some level of an online presence since at least last July when her Twitter account was created. But in late December, she started uploading relatively safe-for-work videos to YouTube. And then earlier this month, she began doing very not safe for work broadcasting on the cam site Chaturbate, where you can chat and masturbate, hence the name. And she has been shockingly successful at it. She reached #1 on the site a few times, apparently, and has gone from just a few thousand Twitter followers to over 140,000 in just a few weeks.
But of course, Melody is not human. She's a CGI hentai character, a virtual avatar. It's unclear how exactly she's controlled, but it seems like it's some sort of motion tracking that's happening live, maybe like a VR headset and controllers. In any case, it's pretty seamless. Melody's designer, a character artist who goes by DigitRevX, has previously designed anime avatars for VTuber YouTube channels like Mirai Akari and Moemi Yomemi, and so an anime cam girl, it seems like a pretty logical next step, and clearly something that there is an audience waiting and thirsty for.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, I didn't even know there was anime avatar like YouTubers, but those channels, they're very successful.
The only thing I knew about was the pop star.
Yeah, Hirai.
I don't know. I gotta get Lawrence on the phone. He's on vacation.
Yeah, she's been around for a while, but yeah, that's. I mean, it's getting easier and easier to do that exact same thing yourself from home.
I mean, it's the next logical step, and you know, a lot of people. Not just the one site giving out the free tokens for people that are quarantined, but a lot of people are quarantined across the world right now. They need to, let loose a little bit.
It's a good time to camp.
It's a very good time to make money off of people that are staying inside.
Safe sex. Just throw tokens at cam girls. That's the safe way to have sex.
You can't
nowadays.
Spread the coronavirus if you're just jacking off alone in your apartment.
Yep, exactly. Mom.
Actually, I'm in here saving the world. What are you doing?
So that designer, DigitRevX, they told Vice, quote, VTubers in general build quite the fan base, but being a cam girl version really builds a strong following for her. She is very different and is doing things other VTubers would never entertain the idea of, I think. Basically showing her tits and coochie. But Melody's success is evident of that, and unsurprisingly, Melody's human competition, they are not stoked about this.
Wow.
Here's some more from that Vice article.
Cam model Lennox May has been doing live shows for 3 years, but has been in the adult industry for the last 10. She watched one of Melody's recent streams. Quote, from a technology standpoint, I can't argue that the technology and creation of the character is definitely made by someone with talent, May told me. But she wonders if something like this belongs on its own designated platform for avatars, separate from the flesh and blood models. Quote, there's a huge gap in vulnerability, and what that means emotionally for human models versus Melody is also quite vast, May said. A model has to keep up appearances when they have trolls in their room or when put in an awkward situation with a customer who is being rude or asking for things that we do not feel comfortable doing.
Not a problem for an avatar, though.
Yeah, mask on.
She also said, quote, overall from a scientific and technology perspective, I think that Projekt Melody is genius, but that it needs to be presented to the world in a way that is still fair to everyone else. There are thousands of models who try all day, spending hours more than the average work week to get to the front page of a campsite. Some never do. And yeah, what about them?
Well, you know what this sounds like to me? sounds like somebody's getting a taste of their own medicine, because it's like literally the opposite of what happened on Twitch, where all these gamers were like, I game for hours all night. I try to be the best at Fortnite, the best at CSGO, the best at everything. And then all of a sudden, these women infiltrate the site, and they have cleavage, and they're eating food, and it is just ruining the site. I can't get any subscribers because they're all going over there to do the mukbang thing.
Well, now...
Or to watch people do a hula hoop.
Yeah. Women have finally met their match.
And it's hentai avatars.
CGI waifus.
This is the final boss of the internet.
It is.
Yeah.
So basically, the cam girls, or at least some of them, are worried that Projekt Melody is a sign of things to come, where human cam girls are completely overtaken by CG anime avatars.
How's it feel?
But it's probably more fair to say that this is just an existing genre of adult entertainment getting an upgrade. Mm-hmm. People have always jacked it to hentai. This is just an advanced form of that.
And no one is getting exploited in this.
Yeah.
Except for the animator's wrist.
Yeah. It's all automated. It's
perfect.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
Obviously someone has to design this and rig it all up. But once you've got it all turned on, it's a character that it bounces in all the right places.
I'll need to check it out on my own to make sure.
Yes, there are
Chatterbait, send us some coins or whatever you guys use. What's your currency?
Yeah, plenty of weebs who are into this. They're all around. Probably a few of you. I know some of you are very degenerate, and that's fine.
We see your avatars.
But, there's still plenty more people who aren't weebs who probably don't find any of this appealing.
Or haven't had a chance to check it out yet and might actually enjoy it.
I didn't think I liked it.
Wow, this is incredible. Now, of course, that obviously it could gradually change, as we've seen depicted in movies like Blade Runner 2049, where relationships with mostly sentient holographic AI girlfriends are just a normal part of society.
Sorry, ladies.
From a Wired article about Melody, quote, among Melody's hardest core fans are digisexuals, people who express their sexual identity through technology. That might mean fetishizing robots, or it could manifest in an attraction to technologically mediated avatars like Melody. Quote, she's catering for the wishes of a large and growing segment of society, particularly among males who see the digital world as holding more promise for satisfying their sexual and emotional needs than real life.
Jesus.
That was said by Reddit user XHumanist, who moderates the digisexual subreddit. Quote, the reason for her success is likely because digisexuals are hoping for a glimpse of the future.
Man.
Maybe. I just think that people like getting off to this shit.
No, it's a sexual orientation now. Digisexual.
Well.
And you better respect it.
Sure. Okay. I'm fine with it.
Anyways.
Jerk off to whatever you want, unless it's illegal.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because a lot of this opens up...
Except for vor.
Yeah, none of that. Get that shit off my fucking internet. I don't want to see it.
Well, these guys are pussies. They don't even know. This is like G-rated vor compared to... Okay. Well, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Anyway, that whole digisexual thing might be a little unsettling to think about. But Melody is actually pretty tame compared to a lot of other things also happening in the world of digital sex right now. There's another Vice article from back in November that we somehow missed, and it paints a very grim picture of an online subculture centered around VR sex, where people use basic, just simple consumer 3D graphic software to create digital models of celebrities, but also crushes and their exes to have sex with using hardware like the Fleshlight Launch, which syncs up with your VR and whatnot. And much like it's pretty easy to create a deep fake porn of anyone whose face that you have a few pictures of, it's also apparently very easy to create 3D models of people using just a few photos of their face. And then fucking it.
You know what? Too many people on this planet anyway.
We do need population control.
Stay in your house, fuck your Fleshlight.
I mean, look, I might think it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But if no one's getting hurt, the whole, people...
It's more of a reason to not put your photos out on the internet.
It really is.
And share all of your... Listen, if you're going to do a photo on your whatever social media page you have, just make sure it's one angle. Because you get 2 or 3 angles in there, someone's going to slap you onto a 3D model and fuck a machine to you.
Yeah. Or wear Juggalo makeup.
That could work too.
Although some people are
the
really...
Juggalos will be very into that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Juggalette.
Yeah. From that article, quote, I use it to fulfill my sexual fantasies or replicate sexual encounters with my ex-girlfriends.
Whoa.
One user commented on a subreddit dedicated to creating 3D adult content with Vertamate, also known as VAM software for creating adult VR games and simulations. The user was specifically talking about Photo2VAM, a program that uses a photograph of a real person's face to automatically generate a 3D model of the same face, which can then be used in VR. Quote, Photo2VAM has enabled me to literally feel like I'm there again, i.e. getting a hand job, foot job from my ex looking at me with a smile, or having another ex ride me on the floor in reverse cowgirl in front of a mirror. The possibilities are endless, the user said. Another user on the same thread said they also use Photo2VAM to render ex-girlfriends performing sexual acts. They wrote that some 3D models turn out better than others depending on how many quality photographs of the person they can work with. Like I said, straight on.
Yeah.
No angles, people.
Yeah.
If you just do it straight on, the character's gonna look like one of those NBA 2K models.
Or
Tony
like
Hawk.
the weebs, use an anime pic as your user picture.
Do you think these people like share ex-girlfriend files?
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
This article, like, I mean, I couldn't get too into it. It fucking disturbed me.
Hey, send me a video of you fucking my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Like, ew. Okay, more from the article. Quote, from now on, we need to make sure we ask girlfriends to pose a few... See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A few different angles with a blank expression and flat lighting for a few photos and then import them into VAM. And I find it amusing to alter reality and give them boob implants, etc. Winky face.
How did these guys get girlfriends in the first place?
Well, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that
Be
question.
careful out there, ladies.
Yeah.
He might be one of these guys.
If you see a fleshlight stuck to a battering ram, run away.
When he invites you over, you take a good look around that house and look for any anime-related products.
But a black light might work.
Yeah, but also black light for sure. But look out for that VR fleshlight, because ladies, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But anyway, compared to that whole thing, Projekt Melody seems pretty harmless.
Yeah, we're back to like G-rated now.
Yeah. And regardless, this sort of thing, it's really just something we are gonna have to accept and get used to, as uncomfortable as it may be. We've been heading this way for a long time. It just kind of is what it is. And whatever implications that it might have for people's ability to maintain traditional analog IRL relationships with other human beings, there is a deadly disease sweeping the world right now, and it's probably a better idea to just stay home and have VR sex with an anime waifu than to just, go out in public.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's dangerous, and it's time to talk about the Wuhan coronavirus, aka novel coronavirus, aka COVID-19, because things are not looking so good out there.
Remember a few weeks back when we had those bright, sunny dispositions and said, no,
It's contained.
guys, don't worry yet.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when you should get worried.
I'm pretty spooked at this point.
We're starting to get a little worried.
Yeah.
Okay? Now we can start getting worried, but not too much yet.
Not paranoid.
Yeah. Put a little gas in the tank and get ready to get worried.
Have your go bag by the door.
Yes. This week, the CDC conceded that we should all brace for the likelihood that COVID-19 is going to spread to communities here in America. One official said, quote, it's not so much of a question of if this will happen in this country anymore, but a question of when this will happen. We are asking for the American public to prepare for the expectation that this might be bad. So, yikes. I mean, of course, the key word there is might. And it's also important to remember that in the overwhelming majority of cases, the disease is not fatal. But still, the idea of our terrible healthcare system being flooded with a coronavirus outbreak doesn't inspire a lot of optimism.
No. And in fact, worse, thanks to the fact that even just visiting a doctor in the U.S. to get tested can cost more than some people are willing to spend.
Or can even afford if they wanted to spend it.
Yeah, I'll take my chances. That's the American way when it comes to healthcare. I'll take my chances.
This will probably all blow over.
Yeah, so if there is an outbreak here, people will likely wait way too long before getting it dealt with, which is not good. And case in point, a man in Miami named Osmel Martinez Ascu, he got sick after a business trip to China. And because he reasonably was worried that he had maybe caught COVID-19, he did the right thing. He went to the doctor to get tested. The hospital told him that for some reason their coronavirus diagnosis would require a CT scan. So he did the math in his head, and he's like, well, okay, maybe just do a simple flu test first so we can eliminate that possibility. Thankfully, it was just the flu, but then 2 weeks later, he got a bill from his insurance company for $3,270.
Yeah, they still did the coronavirus diagnosis, even though he just asked for the flu one, and he got a bill for $3,000.
A little line item on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the American healthcare industry, they're probably very excited. They're going to make a lot of money off of this outbreak.
And one of the, hopefully their last hurrah. One of the crazy things about this was as well, in order to get some kind of a discount on his the payment that he had to make to his insurance company, he had to prove that he had a track record of flu shots to prove that getting the flu wasn't a pre-existing condition.
Yep.
Fuck our health and our healthcare system.
Yeah.
It is so fucked.
Well, and it is the perfect scenario
Yes.
for a deadly disease to spread far and wide.
Yes, and decimate a huge population because no one will fucking go to the doctor.
No one goes to the doctor unless it's too late or really bad. You basically have to choose do I
want to go bankrupt or live?
Yeah. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is a fucking terrible situation for this to be happening.
The final season of Earth is really pulling out all the stops. The fact that it's going to end here in America, you couldn't have planned this. Wonderful producers, great writers. Give them the Emmy, the Academy Award.
But hey, all the rich people are going to finally get to try out those New Zealand bunkers that they all bought a few years back.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Anyways, meanwhile, the worldwide numbers, they currently sit at around 81,000 people affected, with over 2,700 of those people dying from the disease. Now, all but around 45 of those deaths have occurred in China, and the disease is still mostly contained there. But Japan has had over 800 confirmed cases. Italy, they
real quick, boom.
They've already jumped up to over 300 cases in a couple days.
Yeah, it really seems like they were holding on to that information, and then it was okay, we got to start admitting things here.
I don't know. So those Italian cases, they're doing a great job spreading the disease further throughout Europe.
And everywhere else, because that's a huge tourist destination.
Yep. As well as the Canary Islands, where an entire hotel has just been locked down with 1,000 guests not allowed to leave their rooms after one guest from Italy tested positive.
Extended vacation, though.
Yeah. I do. So back when we used to, it was turn of the 19th, 20th century when we were getting all the, the global plagues were coming through again.
Yeah.
And the fun thing about those was people would just, different countries named them after other countries. Mm-hmm. It was oh, that's the Spanish flu. It's that's the French flu. Mm-hmm. It was just a new fun way to do xenophobia. So it's I don't know. I'm really excited for racism against Italians to come back because it's been way too long. Get that spaghetti.
They spread the virus by flicking it all around with their hands when they talk.
Talking with their dirty, diseased hands. Put those away.
Yeah. Seriously,
I'm kidding. But,
we're joking.
This is grim. I'm trying to find some fucking positive here.
Now, one major indication that this is an increasingly serious situation is the fact that the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, they're publicly considering whether to cancel the upcoming Tokyo Summer Olympics. Now, unfortunately, on Twitter, this news it made the rounds because the trending topic "Dick Pound" appeared in people's feeds. Unfortunately for everyone, even him, that is the name of the Olympic Committee member who broke the news. The news didn't spread as fast as it probably should have because everyone was concerned with laughing at the name.
Well, for me, it was ooh, Dick Pound, and I clicked on it. It's the coronavirus is so bad, we're probably going to cancel the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, look, a spider.
Was that what that is?
That's a spider. Woo. Anyways, according to Dick Pound, if the global COVID-19 situation isn't sufficiently dealt with within the next 2 to 3 months, they're likely to cancel this year's Olympics entirely.
Yeah, not even postpone it. They're just the reasons are so funny too. They're just all the TV networks, they've already left that space this summer open. It would be a real pain in the ass to move it back a year or something. So we're just probably going to cancel it. Sorry, Japan. I know we spent $2 billion on this shit, but whatever. Anyways, large events like the Olympics, they're a huge risk for spreading a deadly disease far and wide. In the game, Plague Incorporated, which is great, a major strategy for winning the game is trying to get the disease to spread to Brazil before the Olympics start there. You're pretty much guaranteed it's going to get a lot of free countries out of that. And in addition to major international sporting events, conventions and trade shows, also a big concern. We told you about Mobile World Congress being canceled right before it was scheduled to go down in Barcelona. And now Sony has backed out of PAX East over coronavirus concerns. It won't be surprising if more companies drop out.
I'm going to PAX East, but I'm staying in the fucking hotel room and at at whatever delicious clam chowder places nearby. Mm-hmm. But not only Sony, but also Apparently, Square Enix, Capcom, and Facebook have all pulled out to varying degrees. Like some will still have like demo stations or a presentation. But listen, I don't really have a choice because the whole reason I'm going is my wife is working at the event. And like if she went and got it, she's just going to bring it back and give it to me. So I might as well go get it fresh from the buffet.
Yeah, it's like the chicken pox. Just, get
it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. You can only get it once, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, a lot of fun stuff happening out there in the world. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
But time for some ads. This episode is sponsored by Capterra. Do you need software? We'll simplify your software search with Capterra, the website millions of people use monthly to find software for their team or business. Filter software by price and features, compare your top options side by side, and save your favorites. Plus, hear from people like you with over 1 million software reviews from verified users. Visit capterra.com/newsday for free today to find the right software for your business.
Capterra is your business ally. It's a free online resource to help you find the best software solution for your unique work needs. Search more than 700 specific categories of software, everything from project management to email marketing to yoga studio management software. No matter what kind of software your business needs, Capterra makes it easy to discover the right solution fast. Join the millions of people online who use Capterra each month to find the right tools for their business. Visit capterra.com/newsday for free today to find the right software choice for your business. That is capterra.com/newsday, capterra.com/newsday. Capterra, software selection simplified.
And this episode is sponsored by Calm.
We all need that right now.
I could use a little bit of Calm. Now, what if you could accomplish all your resolutions this year by doing one thing? Mindfulness is the best thing that you can do to help you focus on all areas of your life, whether that's taking care of your body, getting more sleep, or finally starting that project that you always wanted to. With Calm, you can learn to be more mindful so you can achieve all your goals this year.
Calm is the #1 app for sleep, relaxation, and meditation. Calm has sleep stories, which are like bedtime stories for adults. They can help you fall into a deep, natural sleep in just minutes. And stories are narrated by iconic voices like LeVar Burton and Nick Offerman. They also have soothing music from artists like Sam Smith, guided meditations, breathing exercises, and so much more to help you relax and de-stress. And if you go to calm.com, calm.com/tech, you'll get a limited time offer for 40% off a Calm premium subscription, which includes hundreds of hours of programming.
Over 60 million people use Calm. Join them today to accomplish your goals tomorrow. Get 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/tech. That's 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library, and new content is added every week. Get started today at calm.com/tech. That is calm.com/tech.
All right, back into the news though. NVIDIA's GeForce Now cloud gaming service it cannot catch a break.
There is a conspiracy in the gaming world. Take this down.
The NVIDIA GeForce Now is now a character on this show.
Yeah.
Right along there with Stadia and rest in peace, Mad Mike Hughes.
Yeah.
GeForce Now's big selling point versus Google Stadia has been its much larger selection of games, which you don't have to pay for if you already own them on Steam. But that selection of games, it just keeps getting smaller. First, Activision Blizzard pulled their games, apparently due to a miscommunication over whether the games would remain on the service after being in beta. And now something similar seems to have happened with Bethesda. Though, for some reason, Wolfenstein Youngblood is still available.
I don't know, I guess you can keep that, whatever. Who cares?
It's fine. No one's playing it.
Now, the issue seems to be that while GeForce Now was in beta for years, and recently transitioned into allowing anyone to sign up without joining a waiting list, NVIDIA doesn't officially see this as a launch, but rather a transitional trial period. Still not the beta. We're past the beta, but we haven't launched yet, but anyone can sign up. But it's not out yet.
It's like how Fortnite is still in early access.
Yeah. So it's unclear what the logic is there, but it seems that a lot of publishers were okay with licensing their games for the beta period, and then felt blindsided when the service went public. Still, though, it's unclear what the logic is there either, since GeForce Now is essentially just a virtual machine platform. People are only playing games they already paid for.
Yeah, it's not like they didn't buy them.
Yeah, so I don't know. In any case, NVIDIA, they did announce that when Cyberpunk 2077 launches in September, it will be fully supported.
Cool.
So that's nice.
But speaking of cyber things, the Toy Fair convention was this week. Everyone went and died.
They all have coronavirus now. Great job.
Don't buy any toys, everyone. People who don't have $40,000 to spend on a Tesla Cybertruck will be pleased to learn that they can acquire one for just $400. Now, okay. It's 1/10 the size, and it's remote control, and it's made out of plastic, but it is a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
And hey, it's pretty cool. Hot Wheels is even providing some stickers with it in case you want to give the windows the iconic broken glass look from when Elon first debuted the truck and, smashed the unbreakable windows with steel balls. There's also a very tiny 1/64th scale RC version that's going to cost $20. I already pre-ordered it.
Oh, you did?
The second it went up, yeah. I was like, cool, I own the Cybertruck now.
Yeah.
I have no problem paying for a toy that looks like that.
Yeah, it's tiny. $20 is great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, also a toy fair. Disney and Hasbro are finally cashing in on Baby Yoda in a big way with a little animatronic toy that moves around and makes baby noises just like the real character.
Looks like a fucking Furby that's wrapped.
It's literally a Furby.
It's a Furby that has the skin on it.
Yeah, it's still baffling that Disney didn't see the huge product potential for Baby Yoda when he first showed up in The Mandalorian right before Christmas. But even now, you're still going to have to wait until fall if you want this thing for yourself, and you're going to need to shell out $60 for it.
Well, to be fair, they didn't have the toys ready because they wanted to keep Baby Yoda, the child, a secret, completely under wraps.
Yeah.
But the first batch comes out next month or the month after, March or April. They don't like move and go, bah, 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 bah. But some of them talk and they look
this
realistic.
one is just like goo goo gaga.
Yeah.
And then it'll close its eyes and use the force. And,
yeah.
You'll have fun with it for like a week, and then you'll be like,
turn
that damn thing off.
Gathering dust on your.
Yeah. But for that week, you're going to love it.
It's like everyone that bought the little remote control BB-8s. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool to
Look
have
at it go. It's doing the thing.
It is a very cool toy.
Yeah.
What is it? What are you doing with it now? Anyways, speaking of The Mandalorian, Industrial Light and Magic released a behind-the-scenes video this week showing how they managed to pull off so many scenes in so many different locales. And it turns out that instead of using giant green screens like you would expect, or actually traveling to places that look like this, the production actually involved something called the stagecraft, or as it's more popularly referred to, the volume. And it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, so the volume is basically a giant soundstage with a rounded wall and a flat ceiling, and it's made entirely out of LED panels. Very bright, very high contrast LED panels. Yeah. So meanwhile, the virtual background sets, they're all being rendered live in Unreal Engine in direct coordination with the camera's movements and put on the walls in the backgrounds of these shots. So in the center of the room, you've got the actors and whatever props or surfaces appear in the foreground, but everything else projected in the background behind them, live onto an entire room's worth of LED panels. So you're basically getting the effect of being there, of a green screen, but completely in camera.
Yeah, it's done. No need.
Yeah.
And this allowed the Mandalorian crew to capture these scenes entirely in camera, only needing post VFX when necessary, such as when the computers couldn't render fast enough to keep up with the camera, or if there were lights visible in the shot. But even then, they still had the camera's exact movements recorded. And the biggest advantage to this system is how natural the lighting on all the subjects looked, especially characters with shiny costumes. So instead of having to figure out how to fake the lighting for these scenes to match the digital backgrounds or fix reflections in post, the backgrounds themselves provided most of the lighting.
Yeah. This is like bonkers.
What you see on camera is what you're going to get in the tin with very little.
Now they used a few extra lights, but it's like hilarious. It's like one like key light just to get good contrast, and everything else you're being lit by the TV wall.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. In addition to the ILM video, there's some great articles on the process in TechCrunch, American Cinematographer magazine, and on the Unreal website. They're stoked about this.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
This is a very revolutionary new step for visual effects that kind of blurs the line between practical and post. It's the first time in a while that I've seen a behind-the-scenes segment that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
And so this is Jon Favreau, obviously, who's done all the live-action remakes. I don't think he's used this in other movies, but what he has used is he's had like an 80-inch like monitor for directing where you can see the scene as it's like going to be
the way people would watch it at home or anything like that.
This like eliminates the need for that because you're literally standing in the set. It's like what's that room? The Star Trek people are going to get so mad at me. But that room in Star Trek.
I have no idea what you're talking about because I'm not a Star Trek fan. I like the movies with the Nirvanas. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, they have like I know it's not exactly the same thing, but it is incredibly impressive on the new Rise of Skywalker or Rise of the Resistance ride.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything because you should go in blind, but there's two parts where like gigantic, huge rooms that are just literally LEDs.
Yeah.
That
false
looks like
perspective. It follows you as you go through it.
It is like real life. Like you're looking out at certain things. So.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks like if you go to Universal and see those rides, it looks like those are DVD quality.
Well, they
and
are.
And the ones that they have at Disney are like 8K.
I rode the Harry Potter ride for the first time like a month ago, and I was like, man,
well, that's different too. It's like a dome that they're projecting it into.
But it would look so much better if it was like OLEDs instead of like it feels like it's projected.
Well, now that they have curved screens, they might be able to do it. But that whole ride is like you're going from dome to dome, basically. Yeah. It's more like Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even that. Get those OLEDs in there. Make it better.
Yeah, it kind of looks like shit. It hasn't aged very well.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's it for this week. Phil is very busy this week, so he couldn't make it. He sends his regards.
Yes.
And
he'll be back soon, though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, I would love for him to stay busy.
Yeah.
But I would also love for him to come back. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, let's flip a coin next week.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how we decide elections.
Yep. Anyways, if you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member, there's a new podcast this week where we talk about a bunch of stuff,
including old
Machinima Goss.
Yeah, because I'm going to Boston, so we talk about the behind the scenes of that AFK show we did, which was a fucking nightmare. So. Listen to that if you're a Patreon subscriber or a YouTube member.
Yeah, and also watch yesterday's episode if you haven't already. We talk about the late, great, Mad Mike Hughes. May he rest in peace.
Misunderstood, I think.
Yeah.
Turns out he was actually a hero.
Actually a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. Check that out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.